What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to go over 8 games that I don't think are going to be at the Game Awards. Now, a quick little introduction to this. I do want to say these are games that I all want to be there. There's actually very few games I don't want to actually ever see. Maybe actually none at all. So, I mean, I want them all to be here. Maybe this is like the ultimate Jinx video. I mean, hey, if we can get 2 or 3 of these games to show up, that's all good by me. I would take that as a win, honestly. So, let's go through them. Some of these have gotten their own videos individually kind of explaining why. This one's going to be a little bit more rapid fire. Okay, starting us off, Kingdom Hearts 4. There's probably not many games that I want to be there more than Kingdom Hearts 4, and that I also think won't be there. Again, I've done a separate video just on Kingdom Hearts 4. To me, it just doesn't make a lot of sense with Kingdom Hearts missing Link, literally missing in action. That's been a joke that the fandom has used for quite some time now. But, they have the mobile game. It got delayed. It actually just got delayed like 2 weeks ago. So, that's coming first. I imagine they're going to want to push that before they push, especially if you push the next mainline installment, then doesn't everybody focus on that and nobody cares about the mobile stuff, and then the mobile stuff comes out and fails? You don't really want that. And also, I don't know if the Game Awards is where we'll actually end up seeing it. Hopefully. I think I did say in that video, if we could see this next Game Awards is the one more thing, I think that would actually be rather cool. But I'm going to take the under. I'm going to say Kingdom Hearts won't be there. Next up, GTA. This one's probably the biggest one, right? Kingdom Hearts is maybe closest to my heart, but in terms of GTA, there's really no game bigger than GTA. Again, made my own separate video, on the channel. It really stems from the game might actually be too big. That might not be true, right? There can be big games that are shown, but ultimately, GTA doesn't really need the Game Awards. It doesn't really need anyone. Now, that doesn't mean it can't happen. It just means, I think, generally, the marketing for GTA does not rely on anybody else. Doesn't rely on Jeff Keighley, doesn't rely on PlayStation, Xbox, etc. And kind of my main reasoning why I don't think this one would appear is kind of taking eyes away, let's say, from everything else. And some games are going to do this regardless, so it might just be you're going to get to this situation no matter what. But if you do show the biggest game on planet Earth, are you taking away from any other game that's there? You could make an argument. I'm not saying it's definitive, but you could absolutely make an argument, and maybe that's a reason why. Or again, maybe it's a mix of that, and also they're just too big. They're too big even for the mighty Game Awards themselves. Third on the list is the game that might never actually come out, is Hollow Knight Silksong. This is one that I do want. I actually am a Hollow Knight fan, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this game. It's time to put the clown makeup on, as they say, and all that. Look, one day it's going to be shown. It's going to be shown somewhere, right? And what I kind of respect about, don't they normally, Team Cherry, don't they normally come out to get ahead of things? I honestly haven't checked up with them. I'm kind of disgusted just with the lack of info. But I don't know. I do think they normally say, or maybe Jeff normally says, normally in interviews, Jeff will say, "Oh, by the way, there's no Hollow Knight." I'm pretty sure he does that. So I don't know if that's happened yet. I don't think it's happened at the time I'm recording this, but I have a feeling the game's not going to be there. And this is really one of those games that I'll keep saying won't appear anywhere until it actually appears. Kind of like Little Devil Inside. If you're a PlayStation fan, you've seen it state of plays over the last 17 years. That game, I think, is just always lost, and I'll always bet against it because honestly, it deserves that until it shows me better, and then I can get more excited. Okay, then we go to WB. Let's talk about Wonder Woman. This one would hurt. This one, out of this list, I'm trying to sneak a peek over here. Maybe there's one or two besides it, but I really think not getting Wonder Woman actually would physically hurt me. Not a ton. I don't go to sleep, crying about it, but it's time. It's been 3 years. I mean, come on. What are we doing? I did, again, do a separate video just on this, and really, this one I do think you can kind of talk your way through it. This one really depends, to me, if they do the Hogwarts thing or this. So if that Hogwarts Definitive Edition is a real thing, right, this DLC expansion, maybe $20, $30, 20 hours of content, it's heavily rumored. Jason Schreier has said it. It probably is going to happen, right? And if it is real, and that's the thing that they show, I don't think they would show Wonder Woman. I don't think WB would get 2 slots. I could be wrong. Again, I want to jinx myself. Hopefully I am wrong, but my gut tells me, again, what have they done to earn my undying loyalty? Now, I am very excited about it. They'll never lose that, but, what have they done to make me say, oh yeah, it's for sure going to be there? Nothing, right? It's been gone for 3 years, and at this point, it does make the most sense second. It's the most sense game from WB Games to appear there, but it's in second place. And Hogwarts Legacy, I do think, is number 1 on that list. And that is sad that it finds itself in this situation, but it is what it is. Number 5, I wanted to take a dive into something I haven't actually made a video on, nor talked about actually in God knows how long. Star Wars Eclipse. So raise your hand if you were in the back over there, if you remember this game. I guess I actually, I didn't put BioShock on this list. Let me do an honorable mention. Let's just do them together. Star Wars Eclipse is number 5. BioShock's number 6 / honorable mention. These are games that I've had it up to here with them. Again, there's no game I really don't want to see. So like when it's time to see Star Wars Eclipse, I will be there. When it's time to see BioShock, I'll definitely be there. But again, what have they done to earn the loyalty? Say, oh yeah, it even stands a chance. I mean, Star Wars Eclipse is one of those games that you think of when you think of like the all-time games that were shown too early and then you got nothing from them for like half a decade. You got like KOTOR, Kingdom Hearts 3, like way back in the day, right? But you don't have too many. Wonder Woman, Wolverine, more recent. And this, like Star Wars Eclipse is one of the first games I think of when you think to the worst thing that you can do. Announcing your game 5 years early. Even Blade might actually eventually be that kind of game, that they were kind of honest about it. I would say more honest than most. Blade's going to take 5 years, even though they showed it last year, right? So you're going to have to wait quite a while to see it again. Star Wars Eclipse, it's like, it wasn't even the next game they were working on. That came out, I think, in rumors, or maybe even they confirmed it. I kind of forget, but it doesn't seem like it's the next game they're working on. Regardless, this is kind of me going on a rant here. What have they given us to deserve our loyalty or anything like that? I don't think it's going to be there. BioShock, same thing. BioShock, I believe, is coming up on 6 years. I think it was January of 2019 that they announced Cloud Chamber and they announced BioShock, and that was January 20. So 6 years this upcoming January. That's just great. Love to hear it. Okay, next up, I'm just going to, this is unedited at this point. Marvel's Wolverine. This one, I wanted to put this one as a jinx, okay? This was a kind of a 50-50 one because I still think this could be there, okay? So I'm kind of, I'm playing around with it a little bit. Let's not take it too seriously, right? None of my videos are at the end of the day all that serious. Look, if you had to you put me against a corner, there's another saying with like a weapon. I don't want to say it for YouTube, but if you were to ask me point blank, do you think that it's going to be there? I would actually say no, right? Like if I'm forced against a wall, I'm saying no to it appearing. But I do think out of this list, Wonder Woman is a possibility. I think Wonder Woman and Wolverine make the most sense to appear, and has the highest likelihood. It really, to me, I made a video talking about PlayStation in general at the Game Awards. It comes down to how many announcements are you giving them, right? If you're Jeff, do you have 2 announcements from them, 3, 4, 5, whatever? I don't think it's a lot. I think it's 2 or 3. And then it's okay, well, what are you going to put in those slots? Now, Death Stranding might be a lock because of the love for Hideo Kojima, right? I love him too, but Jeff has a different kind of love. So, you have that situation going on. And then, okay, well, maybe you only have 1 or 2 more spots. Do you do Horizon multiplayer? Do you do Ghost of Yotei again? Do you do a brand new game? Do you do Venom? Do you do Wolverine? Do you do Cory Barlog's? You can go down the list. It's one of that list, right? It makes more sense than some of those games on the list because it was announced 3 years ago, just like Wonder Woman was, right? Not at the Game Awards, but a PlayStation event before. So it makes more sense than some, but also I could see them doing Death Stranding and then a brand new thing, like a Horizon multiplayer, which we know, you and me know Horizon multiplayer is coming. Vast majority of people don't, right? So that would be your surprise, and then Death Stranding would be kind of your lock, it was going to be there. That's why I would kind of bet against it, but again, that second game could very easily be Wolverine, or they could just have 3 games. It could be Wolverine, Death Stranding, and then, still something else, Horizon or whatever. So it could absolutely be there, but I'm going to say no. Okay, 2 more. Second to last, Wolf Among Us 2 made its own video. Not going to spend too much time on it because this game maybe disgusts me more than any of the others. Such potential, and yet we sit here years after, it was announced and it was canceled and it was re-announced. We sit here years after it was even re-announced and we got nothing. And I just want to know if Telltale's still making it. I mean, every time they come out, they say they're still making it, but I want them to be honest with us, right? Really look us in the eye and just give us something for the love of God Almighty. But hopefully one day, again, this is this might be the game that will never never get me to say at this point it's going to be anywhere, right? Like, why? Why would I say that, oh yeah, this game could be or will be at a State of Play or an Xbox event? This game I will always, again, much like Hollow Knight maybe is actually kind of worse because it's been even longer, but these are games that, again, you just say no to until it actually happens. I don't think you can lose with Wolf Among Us because you can either be right on your prediction or they show it, in which case everybody wins. So it's not really even that big of a deal. And finally, I'm actually going to put Transformers Reactivate. This is one I had to search the deepest depths of my brain to even remember this game existed. I still want it. I'm still interested in this game, but another game where communication has been really bad. A game that we saw at the Game Awards, but it was delayed seemingly multiple times at this point. And again, this is maybe a game that I really just want to know if like everything's okay, because I could see in like an alternate universe them announcing like it's just shut down. I don't want to will that into the universe because I do want the game to exist. And I mean, through leaks and other things, like this game has been in the works for like 3-4 years. Like it's not like they just started it yesterday. It's not like they just started it when they announced it at the Game Awards, right? But it's just been so long. It doesn't seem like things are going all that well because it keeps getting pushed and all that stuff, and there's just zero communication. The only thing you get out of this game is action figures. There's action figures that comes out that's based off the characters in the game, where like the looks, and you don't even have the game to like show you what they're going to look like in the game. So again, not ideal. Much like a lot of these games, not ideal. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know games you think are going to be there, aren't going to be there. And remember, I will be co-streaming the Game Awards live that night. I'll probably go live like an hour before the show starts. Hope to see you all there, and we'll go from there, okay? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.